In today's summer sessions, we're going to look at how to use offsets to make your projects pop. Let's try this. We're looking at offsets today. So offsets help us to make our projects just pop a little bit. Sometimes it's really good for layering, and it's great for if you're making stickers. So later in the summer, we're going to look at how to make stickers and things like that. But I just thought looking at offsets to start with is a really great place to start. So for today's project, we're just going to continue using our Happy New Year project that we started last week when we looked at different font types. So I've started with our Happy New Year in our script font, and all I did was click on the pencil in the top left corner of our canvas, and then I chose offset. Now with your offset, you can drag it to whatever width you want. You can make it really thin, you can make them really thick. I think the smallest is about 0.05 centimeters, or I'm not sure what that is in a conversion for inches. But for this one, I'm going to go, this is usually my go-to, it's a 0.1, a 0.15. I think it tends to just give your project enough of an offset without it overwhelming or overtaking anything. Now, I've just changed the colour of the offset to red. Now, I've only just done that for the contrast, because the default for Design Space is actually that dark grey. And then if you've put text, which is black, the dark grey and the black are so close to each other that sometimes you can't really tell the difference in what you've done. So I like to change it. So the first one I'm just leaving as is. So that's just my offset. The second one, I've just done a duplicate of that same process. So the red offset with the Happy New Year, and I've gone into contour. Now what contour does, it removes any holes that are in our offset. So this can be really useful if you are particularly doing cardstock, because with cardstock, those small tiny indents, if you're looking at this project in the A, the P and the Y, they can sometimes really ruin your project because the Cricut can't cut that small, and you don't really need that small tiny hole cut anyway. So I tend to get rid of it usually, not always. It does depend on the size of the project. So if this was going on a t-shirt or something quite large like a banner, you might leave those contours in. But if you're doing something small in that 15 centimeters and below in particular, I would get rid of your offsets, rid of the contours from the offset. So all you need to do is go down to the contour button and you just click on all of the different parts that you don't want. Now, the rule of thumb is the smallest bits are right down the bottom of your contour. So if you scroll right down to the bottom to start with and just start deleting, particularly if you've got a big project or you've done a big contour, it's really helpful to go right down to the bottom and click on all of the really small parts. Sometimes they're little contours or little holes that you can't even see because they're so small. And sometimes it's just like a little slice. So I would go right down to the bottom and then start deleting as you go up, and you can see in that box there that the holes are disappearing as you click on them. So it's really helpful as you're going along. Now I'm just grouping these just so that I can move them around as one. Now with our other Happy New Year, I'm going to do multiple offsets. So this is a really cool design and I particularly like it for stickers. So if you just keep hitting the offset, you can then create like it's kind of like a layered offset. Now, I don't tend to do this that much when I'm using vinyl or cards. You might do it with cardstock as well, because then you can layer that, particularly if you are using foam tape. It'd look really cool because they're going to be layered on top of each other. So, but I really like doing this for stickers in particular. So you can see there that I've just done a 0.1 offset, and then I've just repeated that over and over again, and you can see that the offset actually goes around the previous offset rather than the original word. So you've got to make sure that you have chosen in the right hand side in the layers, you need to make sure that it's selected the previous offset, not the word, because if you just keep layering just on the actual typed word, it's not going to show anything. But how cool is this? And really great if you use those contrasting colors. So I've just used the oranges, starting with the dark orange all the way up to the lightest orange, and see how it really provides that depth. It's a real 70s vibe. I love it. I really do like this. And I use this often in sticker form as well. Anything with the text, it kind of gives you a real contrast and a real way of making it just look that little bit more, I think, thought out in particular. And then I'm just going over, once I've done them all, so you can see there that I've done 3 or 4 different offsets, and now I've just selected all of them, and I'm just going to hit flatten. And what that does is, it's for stickers, and we're going to talk about that in a couple of weeks, but if you're going to do a sticker, and you can see how the colors change, that's really why I wanted to do it, because our offsets in particular are cut files to start with. Each time we do one, it's a cut file. So if I hit that flatten, you can see how it actually would print. So that's with a print then cut. You can see how it would print. And so those black lines between each of those offsets disappears. So that's a really cool thing to do. Look, it's just playing around, but I really like that way of using offsets in particular. You've got to remember, if you are doing that as a cardstock project, you wouldn't flatten it, because you would be trying probably to cut each of those different offsets. Now I'm going to show you that you can actually do a backwards offset. That, I know that sounds weird, but I've just chosen an image. So I've just chosen a star to stick with the New Year theme. And if you slide the like the slider in the offset backwards and make it a negative number, you can actually then create a reverse offset essentially. So it just keeps moving in, and so you've kind of got that same idea as the Happy New Year that got bigger and bigger, but you start with the shape that you wanted originally. So if you did the star and made the offset bigger and bigger and bigger, you end up with weird edges. So you might end up with curved on the corners, or the edges get really fat and it doesn't look like a star anymore. But with this one, it's kept the shape of the star, but as I've done these negative offsets, you can see now that the shape of the star has changed a little, and we've ended up with like a curly star, but you've got different layers in that shape. So that's a cool thing to do. I do like it, mainly because it's really good for cardstock stuff. So you've got this original shape and you've got different layers in that. It's just something different to do. You don't, again, this is just playing around, but I really do like that negative every now and then. I don't use it very often. And now I just want to show you how you would use a subtract with an offset. So I've just chosen this champagne bottle. Now it's a paid one, so I'm not actually going to make this project, but if I was, I'd have to pay for this actual image. But all I'm doing is showing you how to use this with an offset. So I've clicked on the image, I've clicked on offset, and now I've made it quite large. Now the reason I've made it quite large is because I don't want it to cut on the inside, or I want it to be like a puffy kind of sticker essentially, or a puffy shape. So I don't want any of the definition between the stars and the lines and all of that kind of stuff. So now that I've done that, I just select both the offset and the original champagne bottle. Then if I go to combine and I click on subtract, you can see now that I've actually ended up with this thick outline with the champagne bottle cut out of the middle. I'm just changing just to show you properly, I'm just changing the background color. So I've gone down to the right hand side on the layers panel, clicked on the square, And you can see that I can change the color to anything I like. And then I've gone up to the left-hand side of the canvas and I've clicked on that square that is just sitting there between the two zeros, and that changes the size of the grid. Eventually, if you click on it enough times, the grid disappears. Just like a little thing sometimes to help you with seeing your projects better. But as I move this around, you can see that the champagne bottle actually is empty. So when your Cricut would cut, it would cut the outside of that bottle and the outside of the stars, and then you've got nothing on the inside. Again, just a little way of using your offsets in a more creative way. And it might be really good if you've got something patterned underneath that you want to show through to make the bottle and the stars. Or if you've got some gold cardstock and you want to put that as the bottle and the stars, then you can put that at the back and then put, I don't know, a black or a silver or something as the offset cut. And finally, I just want to show you that you can also do that with text. So I've got the just written Happy New Year again, and I've done an offset. And then I'm just going to do a subtract of that offset. So again, same as before, we just do combine and subtract. And then you've got your Happy New Year. You can use that in the same way as your champagne bottle. You can place that on top. I've done that a few times. I really like that with text in particular. And it looks really good if you've got that script text to be... if you're using that kind of stuff, it's really good to do a subtract on that as well, because it's, you know, just, again, it's just like a little visual thing that's a little bit different. So they're all the different ways that I use my offsets. Again, I've said before, I'll go through how to make stickers, which is probably one of the best ways I use offsets. But hopefully those things are quite simple and quite easy, and they are just one of those things that will make your projects just that little bit better just by doing one simple thing. So I just wanted to go through a couple of the tutorials that I've done in the past that use offsets heavily in their design. So there's the cupcake shaker cake topper, which I really loved. That was one of my very early projects and it was such a good one, and it uses offsets really well. The custom water bottle is also a really good one because it uses the script style font to do a subtract on your offset. The Tired Now Scrap Vinyl PJ Top. Now that's a really good one for a number of different reasons, but in particular we're using offsets, and in a few tutorials time we'll be looking at how to use those offsets to layer your projects, and that's a really good one to not only look at offsets but also layering. I hope you have enjoyed today's tutorial. It's another look at how to do things and just break things down into the easiest components of your Cricut and Design Space in particular to make your projects pop. I can't wait to see you next week, where we'll be doing another summer session looking at how to layer our images and text to get our best projects. See you then. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget, you can always jump on my Instagram, head over to my Etsy store, or even check out the videos YouTube recommends for you down below.